Hello, everyone. Welcome to AFM Podcast, episode 6. Today we have our special guest, admin of AFM, John Cordwell, aka Iron Logan on YouTube. Most of you must know him from his YouTube videos of 1x6 posing and awesome reviews. I've also got admin of AFM, Rahul Dhiman, and moderator of AFM, Johnny Phouminh. Thank you guys for joining us today. So, John, how's your day been so far? And before we start, happy birthday to John because it's his birthday today.
Birthday, John.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you very
John.
much. Thank you. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me, guys, and appreciate that. Yeah, I
yeah.
told you guys before when I couldn't do last week, and I'm like, yeah, let's do next week, no problem at all. Not thinking
Yeah.
that it was my birthday today, so
Mm,
I'm happy to be here though. We're celebrating with you guys and getting to talk
yeah,
figures and
definitely.
collecting, which is what we all love. So
Good
thanks
to
for
have
having
you.
me.
Definitely.
Good to have you,
Definitely,
man.
John. Without any further ado, I'll start. So, John, we can
Awesome.
see your massive collection behind you of the 1x6, and we've obviously seen a lot of videos and posing showcase and a lot of posing in our group as well in Action Figure Maniacs. So, my first question would be what inspired you to start collecting figures, like
Mm,
not 1x6, just figures in general,
yeah.
and how that evolved into like creating content on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like I guess it goes back to when I was a kid. I always used to play with GI Joes and Transformers and things like that when I was young. But then I kind of fell out of it, kind of lost interest, got into sports and all these other different things. But as I got older, I moved to Perth. I was working in the gym industry. I was working doing sales, and there was this Games World, and you probably say you do know Games Worlds over here.
Yeah, Games World, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and I would walk past there to do lead generation, trying to get leads to get people into the gym. And one day I saw this Transformers box of Optimus Prime. And I'm like, ooh, that reminded me of my childhood. I'm like, that looks cool. Not knowing it was a hot toy. I had no idea what hot toys were. I went in, I thought, I got to see what this Optimus Prime is like. And maybe I'll try and get the person at the counter to try and get a sale out of it or something. Anyway, I went and had a look, saw the Transformer. I'm like, oh, had a look at the box. The box looked cool. This is a shout out to what packaging and advertising can do. I'm like, let me have a look at this Transformer. Open it up, realize then I didn't realize that it was a hot toy, but it was the Hot Toys Optimus Prime. And I thought, man, this thing is awesome. So I debated for probably, I think as we all do before you get into collecting, you look at the price and you go, oh my
Yeah.
God, it costs that much money. Like, I need to think about this. So I thought about it for a couple of weeks and just something in me kept going back. And I'm like, I just want to have that to remind me of my childhood. I just want to have Optimus
Yeah.
Prime. I just want it. Like, I didn't know why I wanted it. I just wanted it. So anyway, after a couple of weeks and negotiating with my wife, I went back and purchased it. And then I think that was the beginning of the addiction, because then I got home and I'm like, all right, let's see what hot toys are. Then I went online and had a look. Then I went and saw, I thought, oh, who else would I like to have? I love Iron Man. I'm a big Iron Man fan. Let me have a look. I can tell you now, that was the beginning of the end. I went and had a look, and then I saw
Yeah.
Iron Man, and I'm like, oh, OMG, I'm in trouble. So that's kind of how it
Yeah.
started with the collecting. And that was about 10 years ago. I think it was about 2015
nice.
is when I
Yeah.
first got that. Because I had to think about it. I was like, how long have I been collecting for exactly? So I'd say 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, and for a while I collected. So what, for 5 or 6 years I collected without making any content. I didn't have an Instagram. I didn't do anything. And I'll tell you right now, it was actually COVID when we were out of work that I thought, you know what, I'm going to take some photos of some of my figures for something to do because I'm bored. I was literally
Yeah.
bored. We were out of work for like 12 weeks.
Lockdown and stuff. Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Nothing to do. So I had these figures out. At the time, I had a couple Iron Man figures. I had a 2-pack Captain America Winter Soldier 2-pack. I had Wolverine from the Wolverine, the black suit version, a couple Iron Man figures. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take some photos and just have some fun and do something. And then from there, guys, I started looking at other people that took photos, and I started looking at YouTube to see if anybody had made videos on them, and just to learn to see what other people were doing. And it kind of just spiraled from there. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I got nothing else to do. Let's give it a go. And it kind of sparked the YouTube journey from there, I guess.
Yeah,
So about 4 or 5 years now I've been doing it. This will be the 5th year. Yeah, this will be the 5th year I've been doing like content on figures. Yeah, so That's how the addiction started, all because of Optimus Prime. There you go.
all because you walked in to make a sale pitch.
Basically, yeah. I didn't get the sale either. I didn't get the sale, so
Yeah.
It's just staring at you. Buy me. Take me home.
He took my attention off doing work, and it became I need this in my life somehow.
I think that's how usually start for most of us.
That's how I think it is, right?
Yeah, all of us. I think somewhere we looked at one, but all these years we are usually walking past by it and looking at them and say, okay, maybe not, maybe justifying to yourself, then later to your spouses and say because of the cost factor. So you have like I can see in your background you have an amazing and big collection. So which one? Is there one particular one though you have answered, your name suggests that, your YouTube handle suggests, but which one is your favorite price position and why?
Yeah, if I had to, geez, that's a tough one. Because I have so many that I thought about when I've ever thought about selling something. I always really struggle to do it because I'm like, I love everything that I have. I love so many characters, but I guess Iron Man, Spider-Man, they're two of my favorite characters. Wolverine obviously is one of my favorites, hence the name Logan. If I had a prized possession, big actual figure though, it would probably be I guess the Mark 85 is one of them. Not so much just because of the battle damage one, not just so much because of the figure, but because of when I look at that figure, it reminds me of being in the cinema, watching Endgame, having watched all the films up into that time. That moment where I knew he was gonna die. Spoilers, hashtag spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame. That just that memory. I get, it's the memory of the films, like for Spider-Man, for like Toby, for instance. I was just talking to the boys before. I've got 3 on the way, a third Tobey Maguire one, because I just have so much love for the films and the characters. So when I think of like my favorite figure, it's not necessarily the quality of the figure. It's more so what does it remind me of. So probably the Iron Man Mark 85, just because of that, because of all those years of leading up to that moment in the cinema. Like me and my wife, we share the same love of going to the movies and watching these movies. And Endgame was huge for us. I don't know if we'll ever have another moment like that in the cinema. I can't foresee, I see it being a long time before you get another moment like that in the cinema, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that one, I think, not that I'll ever pose it again. It'll stay in that pose forever. But
yes, I was hoping you'll suggest Logan, and then you and I can talk entire podcast.
Which Logan are you talking? Which one?
Sid would know that, though I'm a big Batman fan and I have Batman tattoos.
That's right.
On me.
Yes, I did see you have the Batman tattoo.
Yeah, I just realized I have, Wolverine, at least 5 or 6 right now, hot toys, and then another one's coming in. But yeah,
nice.
The new ones will definitely be peak for me. The ones from Deadpool and Wolverine, I have.
Yes.
Gotta get both of them. You gotta get.
Look, I know you guys got to get both. I'm a guy who likes to get 2 of both. I kind of want 2 because I want to be able to pose one up, and I want to
one with the TVA jacket, one without the jacket, one with the hair, one without the jacket.
At the minute, I've got 3 Wolverines. I've got the Days of Future Past, which is I love that one. That's one of my favorites. I've got the Wolverine from the Wolverine movie, the black suited one. I modded him a little bit, gave him some beefier arms and stuff like that. I need to send you something later of a custom Wolverine that's coming out that I want to get. It's up for pre-order. I'll send it to you. I think you'll love it. It's probably the best sculpted Hugh Jackman sculpt I've ever seen in my life.
Is that the statue?
It's like the statue. Have you seen? Have you seen that one?
Yeah. Without the shirt,
Now
we've seen the shirtless one.
That is a must. I have to get that. That is an absolute must.
Statue, I've been following it up, that one. I think it's on PO right now, available.
Yes, up for PO. I need to. Bob Dylan sent it to me yesterday. He's a collector. I don't know if you guys know of Bob Dylan in the community, but he's a big collector. He sent me the link yesterday, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to get this Hugh Jackman. Now, Hugh Jackman is God in Australia to me. I don't know if these guys will attest to that, but Hugh Jackman is like a king to us.
I will attest to that.
So, he's like king of Australia. So I definitely have that love.
Yeah.
I actually nearly
Yeah,
got a
for sure.
Wolverine tattoo many years ago. Many years ago. I wanted a big one on the back. So I do have much love for Wolverine, but like I said, there's too many figures. And then look, Batman.
Yeah,
I feel you on the Batman. I love my Batman. I just too many characters to love.
And they keep coming up.
And they keep coming. Yes, they do.
Yeah. So John, seeing your impressive collection in the back for a while in the YouTube videos, and now we can see it. Would you like to give us and the viewers the collection tour?
Look, I'll give you as best I can because I do have my camera on here. Let me start. I'll go over this because it's easier. So I've got some quarter scales over here. Now I lit them up. I don't know if there's too much light on it to see the full light up effect, but I have the Mark 43, the Mark 4 Hulkbuster over there with. And you got all my storage there. This section here will be turned into modular cases eventually, and
nice.
They'll be displayed nicely as opposed to just being out in the open like that. So this room is very much under construction. Then over here we have. So I got my Dark Knight collection over there. We got the Inart Heath Ledger, the Bane 2.0, and I've got the two Batman figures there. I have with OT Customs cows. So I invested a little bit of extra money to get the OT custom cows, and I will attest that in hand they are far superior to the Hot Toys cow. So if you want to upgrade, if you don't have it and you want to upgrade, definitely recommend the OT customs cows. I just picked up a second Paul Atreides from Inart, which I just unboxed this morning. I'm crazy like that. I love the Dune movies, so I got two of those. Currently working on Doc Ock here for a video that I'm doing. That I just did. And then over here, we've got up the top, we've got my DC EU collection, which is in a bit of disarray at the moment because I'm moving stuff around. Top shelf there, we've got the Spider-Man. If I can get the camera a little bit closer. I'm just looking at my computer while showing you guys this. So I've got from Homecoming all the way to No Way Home. Then down here, we've got the Iron Man collection that's starting from Iron Man 1, working the way across. When I get the new modular cases, I will move all that Iron Man collection into the modular cases so I can spread them out more to go along with the quarter scales. I'll probably move my DC stuff into one of these shelves. And as we get down lower, I have Infinity War and Endgame. Can I get this around better to show you? That's a bit better. The camera adjusts. So I'm kind of like telling a little story there of Infinity War. I wanted Thanos in the middle winning. The second one, I've got Tony in the middle winning. So to kind of show the Thanos is strong and in charge in the first one because he takes him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down the bottom, we've got my love for Captain America because I do love a bit of Captain America. Chris Evans, I love him as Cap. And obviously Anthony Mackie as well. So I'm excited to see that movie. And I've got Shang-Chi, Loki, and then my Deadpool and Wolverine over there. What I'll probably do once I move everything around in here, I'm going to lift these guys up off the ground because I want them maybe higher and I might put something else down below. I don't like having stuff so low to the ground. But for now, that's just where it is. Then over in the corner, we got the video game Spideys and Into the Spider-Verse. And then we've got Mando over there. I wish I could zoom in on this. I am a big Mandalorian fan. I just love everything about Mando. So we've got a whole Mando section over there. And underneath, if you can see, is where I store all the accessories. So I normally put a black cloth over that just to hide it when I'm doing podcasts. Unfortunately, I forgot to do that today, guys. So you see him behind the scenes. But that's where I store all my accessories. So I don't have to keep going into the boxes. And then over there, we got Moon Knight. Black Panther. Up the top, there's the Transformer next to the light. If you can see it, that's the Optimus Prime that I originally got. That started it all. So I've still got him.
10 years ago, definitely.
10 years ago. And then over here, which I just got some lighting for, because I don't have any lighting at the moment, but actually, I moved this big ass light that I've got here. I've got the Inart Superman, Batman, another Paul, because that's what I do.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I want to be able to display him with the mask and without the mask. So that's
I hope they come up with the the second version with the blue eyes or interchangeable.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if a custom artist would do blue eyes and just sell the blue eyes as an attachable piece. I think that'd be awesome if they did that. They in art did say they're making a Chani and a Fayed, Elvis, basically the guy who played Elvis, the guy who played the villain in Dune 2. They're making those two, so I'm excited to see them make a Zendaya. Be the first Zendaya figure we have. Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the collection.
I was waiting for your prime, the first figure. That where have you placed that from where it started?
It's on top.
Yeah, it's on the top, looking at all.
He's up there out in the open. I just need to light it better. I've got this room is far from finished. Once it's going to take me like 9 months to get the other Moji cases. Once I get them, I'm getting a new PowerPoint added into the room so I can actually plug in some more lights to the things that I don't have.
Yeah.
I forgot those. I actually have a John Wick up there, the John Wick from John Wick 4 is in that cabinet. Yeah. I just don't have a light. I don't have it plugged in, so I need to light that up. So yeah, a lot of construction still to do on the room, but that's the fun part, right? We love tinkering and constantly building out our rooms and
getting it. We start with one figure, and then we are talking about plug points and display cases, and the wide room and the lighting area. It is.
So many different things that come with it, isn't there? Actually, it's one of the questions I think you'll ask me. Is I have an answer for that. What collecting has done for that? Yeah. So I hope that was an okay tour, guys. Sorry, I should have figured a better way to use the camera.
No, it was fine. Yeah, definitely.
I do have a full room tour on my YouTube channel if you want to go and check out close-ups and stuff.
We'll link that in the video description as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Sweet.
John, John, what was the biggest challenge you faced when starting your YouTube channel, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, biggest challenge, I guess, is just not knowing what I was doing at all with anything. It was all just learning on the fly, like I didn't have any expectations to do anything with the channel. It was just, I've always been a creative person. And for many years when I was younger, I used to make music. I used to think I was going to be the Australian Eminem. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out.
Oh, no.
That didn't pan out. Unluckily. But I've always been creative. So when I finally found, and for many years I didn't do anything, you get caught up in life. I moved to Perth from Tasmania, had to build a life. You sometimes forget to live and do things that bring you joy. So once I got to the age where I realized, I'm not ashamed to be into collecting figures. I'm not ashamed to get into being creative. I'm just going to be me and be who I want to be. And then finding YouTube, I was like, I'm just going to do what makes me happy. And if people like it, they like it. And if they don't, they don't. So when I started YouTube, I didn't have any expectations, or I didn't perceive anything as being a trouble getting started. It was more just learning I was still learning how to take pictures, still learning how to light, still learning how to do voiceover. Probably the voiceover stuff was the hardest for me. What am I going to say? How am I going to say it? Like, it was probably those types of challenges that I struggled with the most, was just having the confidence to do it, I guess. So that would probably be the biggest struggle, just learning how to put everything together. You take the video, you take the pictures, then learning how YouTube works and making uploading, and that was probably the biggest challenge, I think. And overcome it, the way I say for everything, you overcome it by just constantly putting in reps. You just keep doing it. Don't overthink it too much. You've just got to do it, put it out, and you keep learning and getting better as you go. I think that's the biggest thing I took away from it.
That's good.
Yeah, just do it, and don't worry about reading the comments. You just put it out, and you keep learning, and you keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Definitely, John.
Nice.
So the action figure community, like both 1x6 and 112 or shorter inches, have been growing a lot on YouTube, including statue collection as well. So how do you see it evolving further in the future, and what do you think your channel plays a role in that? Not just for Australia, like for worldwide, because you've got a lot of subscribers now, over 20K. So definitely, what do you think your channel plays a role in the 1x6 community?
Oh man, I think the collecting community is growing, and I know it definitely hit a boom the last couple of years, more people getting into it. I think that's attested to more people having channels, more people putting out content. It's more visible now, I think. And I think that goes hand in hand with more companies getting on board and doing things like InArt, J&D, a lot of the third-party companies or other companies like Org Toys that have come out and snagged licenses, 3.0, things like that. So I think I'm excited about where the community is going because I like to see progression. I want to see them come up with new ideas, how to make figures. Like as much as I love, for instance, this figure, this could be 10,000 times better than what it is. And custom artists are out there doing that now. Even if you think back to the Batman Begins figure by Hot Toys, you can only make that figure look really great by customizing it with a custom cape, a custom cowl. So I'm interested to see more people come up like that. And I'm actually excited to see more artists create figures and challenge these companies to do better, to create more. So I think in regards to YouTube, it's great to see more people doing it. It's great to see the community grow and more people be able to like connect. You know, I've made so many friends through YouTube all across the world. So that's great through our love of collecting and the arts and things like that. My channel, look, all I really like to do is I love to create moments of the characters, either recreating moments from the stories or the films that we love or creating new moments and capturing a scene. That brings me enjoyment. For me, it's more the doing of it. Like, for instance, I'm making a Spider-Man video at the moment where I'm taking lots of pictures and videos and things. What I love about that process is when I'm making a video, I'm invested in, I'm rewatching all the films, I'm reading the comics, I'm looking at images, I'm looking at the poses, figuring out, like learning body mechanics. So it's the time that I spend with the characters and the films whilst I'm making the video is what brings me the most enjoyment. So for me, creating is really a selfish thing. It's because I love spending time with the character and creating things. And then I like to show it to other people and go, hey, look, this is what you can do with your collection. Like you don't just have to have it. You don't just have to buy it, forget about it and put it on the shelf. You can actually spend time with it and make a picture. Like maybe make a picture where you take a photo that you could put on a t-shirt and you could have your own t-shirts with your own images on there that you've created with the characters that you love. So that's what I like about it. That's what I want to see more people do. There's a lot of people that just come out and talk about releases or trash things or they're constantly critiquing things. That's not me. I love the characters. I want to spend time with what they stand for. Like, you know, what are the messages you get from the characters? I like that stuff with collecting. So for my channel, you come to my channel to see some maybe cool poses, see what you can do with them, see how you can display them, and just enjoy the characters rather than critique everything about what the company that made them did or didn't do. So that's kind of what I want to see more of and what I'm all about when it comes to my channel, I guess. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it's good to have, especially coming to your channel, and a lot of time when I have to click a picture, and we know how tough it is to pose 1x6 figures. It gets pretty tough. So I go to your channel and a few others, and I'll try to get inspired and say, okay, this is the extreme it's been posed at. The lighting and everything we all are learning. It's a process.
Yeah.
But then it does help, coming to your channel and seeing and saying, oh yeah, I can do that. I can replicate that. I can maybe, do it better, or maybe this gives me an idea to combine with something else. So it does help. So when you're doing, it does, and doing as much research as you mentioned, reading comics, looking at the pages, figuring out, wherever you can get inspired is always pretty helpful. And so how much time does it take, and what is your process of, building this? How you go about your channel, creating a content for a particular one. And if someone wants to start, how much time does it take for create a one episode of yours or, one upload?
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. See, mine, the length that it takes me to make a video, originally when I started, I thought I want to try and make a video every 2 weeks. And I did it for a little while, but unfortunately I fell off that. It's been quite a while. Sometimes it's taken me quite a while to get a video, and many different things come into play with that. Sometimes it's just life. I just don't get enough time to sit there and do a pose. For instance, like these Spider-Man ones, I don't want to leave. If I put them in a really dynamic pose. I don't want to leave it for too long. So when I start, I'm there, I'm locked in until I get the whole scene done, photos taken off, and then I want to take it out. I don't want to leave it while I go to work to risk any damage or anything like that. So that can kind of depend on when I get a scene done. Because if I know I don't have maybe 2 hours, sometimes it may take me 2 hours to get one scene done. Sometimes it may take me 20 minutes. So a video and how long it takes me depends on how ambitious I'm being with how many different scenes or poses that I want to do. Theoretically, I would love 2 weeks. If I didn't have to work and do all that other stuff, I reckon I could do one every 2 weeks. And the way YouTube works, you really want to be doing nearly every day or every other day or every week or twice a week or whatever. And I can't maintain that with what the stuff I do. So I've accepted that. And it's more just about, I just want to make videos that I love spending time with the character and trying to display them as best I can. And I'll put them out when I put them out. That's kind of the route that I'm on now. But it can take a while. Like this Spider-Man one, this is like week 4 now or 5. And I'm maybe like 3/4 of the way. And at the minute, I've got 11 minutes of usable footage, and it's taken me 4 weeks. But that's purely just because sometimes I won't do anything for 2 days, so it's not like I'm getting to do it every day. Sometimes it's maybe like last week or this week coming up, because I have another podcast and another YouTube channel. I've got a busy week with that. I might not get any done. Or maybe I'll get one day where I can do it, or so that can kind of slow it down too. I think after February, I'll have a bit more time because we've got a quiet period in the year of other things. But yeah, it can take a while. So for me, it's not about pushing it out now anymore at a particular time. It's just make it as good as you can. And like you said about looking at things for inspiration, I look at other YouTubers for inspiration too. I look at a lot, actually, Johnny, a lot of 1/12. I look at a lot of 1/12 posing Spider-Man figures, especially lately, because I look at the 1/12 and I'm like, okay, I can't do that with a hot toy, but how close can I get it? How close can I get it to that with the hot toy? And then I'll kind of use them for inspiration sometimes. There's actually a 1/12 one that I've seen that looks amazing. I'm like, okay, there's no way that this Spidey's going to bend like that, but maybe I can manipulate the angle in which we see it to get the hot toy to look similar to that. So that's one thing I like to use for inspiration is other collectors, other photographers, not just the film, not just that stuff. Yeah. Nice. I think did that answer everything? I hope so.
Yeah, it does. I think it gives an idea for someone to start or thinking of, channel.
Yeah, if you want to start, you got to do it. Make sure you love it. Make sure you love what you're doing. Don't do it for the views. Don't do it to try and get anywhere on YouTube. You get too discouraged. You got to love the process. I think for me, it's all about the process.
Right.
Having worked in the gym industry, it's got to be the process. Like people want to get fit. They want the end result, but they don't realize the process that it takes to get fit. And only people that get fit, they love the process of going to the gym, doing the exercises, and because they love that process so much, they get fit as opposed to exercising to get fit. So it's the same with making videos. You got to love the process of making it, and then I think that will serve you better in the long run when it comes.
You mentioned something that's pretty important for a lot of listeners here who want to start the YouTube channel. Is a lot of them are doing it to get famous, or to there's a lot of youngsters nowadays coming in and they want a channel out there, a content out there to get people's reaction, get famous, to get recognized. And you mentioned, if you're doing it, stop looking at the comment section, stop looking at the section, do it, because it's a catch-22 situation that you want to see the comments, you want to see how popular you got, what kind of reactions you are getting, but then those comments will come with negative comments, people putting you down, shaming you.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. So unfortunately, there's a bit of that.
It's going to be difficult, that's a great idea. That just do it for yourself.
Just do it for yourself and share it because you want to share it with people. Like I will still reply to all my comments, but anything negative, what I mean by don't look at the comments, I guess for me is I don't let it bother me because I'm like, well, you don't know me, you don't know what I was doing. Like, you don't know how long it took me to do that, mate. Sometimes, mate, I'll do a video and I'll put it out, And then I re-watch it. And I'm like, oh my God, look at that mistake I made there. Look at this. I forgot to do this. I didn't do this. I didn't miss. I forgot that. And I'm like, you know what? You just got to move forward. Just keep going. Just keep. Maybe no one else noticed that. Maybe you just noticed it because you're your most critic. Oh man, yeah. So it's a bit like that. You just got to love the process. I love fiddling and tinkering with the figures. I'll have the movie on. While I'm posing, or I'm a big behind the scenes guy. I watch all the behind the scenes, the making ofs, I'm into all the creation of art and film. So fiddling with the figure while I'm, watching that is just me spending more time with the character, with the character that I love. So that's what I love about it. And the video is just the end result of that. And then when I move on to the next character, it's like, okay, I'm done with Spider-Man now. Next, I'm going into the world of Dune, and I'm immersing myself in Dune, and I'm going to listen to all the behind the scenes, and I'm going to spend time photographing Paul and getting kinetic sand and creating a sand event, and like trying to do just different things to recreate moments. I guess that's what I love about it personally. Yeah.
So John, have you had any unexpected or standout moments in your journey as a YouTuber? Maybe a figure reveal, collaboration, or trials?
Standout moments.
Video?
Probably standout moments is more just me becoming friends with people I've met online. I guess they're the standout moments. Like I do a show called The Rundown on my Iron Logan channel where we just review TV shows and stuff. It's kind of like a little book club, and we're not expecting to get anything with it. We don't get a massive audience, but I made a friend out of that named Anthony, the figure posing channel, and he lives in the Netherlands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so our time difference is crazy. Like when we stream, it's 5:30 a.m. for me, and it's 11:30 at night for him. So he's getting ready for bed, and I'm just woken up. So we're coming in, not firing on all cylinders. We're both like, I'm trying to wake up, and he's trying to go to sleep.
Trying to go to sleep, yeah.
Yeah. But the fun part is we have a good time. We watch things through the week, and we catch up, we chat about it. So that's probably a standout thing. And then the people that come live and watch that we got our regulars, that's the fun thing for me. They're the big standout moments. In regards to like other standout moments, maybe is, when I first started, and I'll tell this story just because I think it's good for people to maybe who want to get into YouTube can learn this, is don't be afraid to ask other YouTubers for advice. Like when I first started, I had maybe like 50 subscribers, nothing. I didn't like one video, but I reached out to Justin's Collection. I'm sure you guys know who Justin's Collection is. I reached out to him when I had hardly done anything. He agreed and did pick up a video call with me through Instagram, and we chatted for about an hour to an hour and a half when I'd done nothing. And he just let me pitch questions to him about how can I get on, how can I do YouTube, how can I improve, or blah, 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 blah. And he picked up that call with me and gave me tips that I still use to this day when he had no bar of knowing me at all. And so that's a standout to me because he didn't have to do that. And I'm sure there's a lot of other guys out there that wouldn't do that.
No.
It's not like I had a big following for him to be like, oh yeah, I get something out of talking to this guy. He didn't. And so that's a standout for me that he was kind enough to be like that. So that's one. Then it's meeting people, and then just other standout moments, I guess. Doing YouTube has taught me how to light, edit, talk in a interview, live stream. So YouTube has taught me how to do so many other skills that I never would have done if I didn't YouTube. So I guess that's a standout too for me, is all the things I've learned how to do just by giving it a go and getting into being in YouTube, I guess. Yes, that's pretty a standout for me.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
it's great stuff.
It's amazing. Just the passion, and it takes you. In this community, I've known a lot of people who are, someone who's a mechanic, someone who's, doing some other non-creative work and clicking through super amazing photographs. Haven't done any course, nothing. It's just the passion that, drives them to keep increasing, keep improving, keep learning. So it's so great. So
many great things have come from it, right? Don't you think? Like we've learned how to do so many different things just by our passion of collecting toys and photographing or collectibles and taking photos of them. You learn so many other skills that we never would have learned if we didn't do it. Exactly. I love that about it.
So I'm a pretty new collector compared to you. I've been here for 4 years, 4.5 years since I, in a similar way, I started. But you've been here for 10 years more, and you have seen the journeys. I look at the old collectors who bought things like 10, 12 years back from Hot Toys, 1x6, and the figures have improved. But now with InArt, Prime Studio, J&D, a lot of third parties coming up with so many amazing, figures, and the competition is increasing in between them. Where you think this journey is taking us, where the collection industry is going? What are your thoughts? Have you seen that in any way?
Like of where like the technology and everything's going, like
Yeah, we think we all are headed along with it. If they are coming up with the better figures, where this community is going to lead to, where we're going to go. Any thought about it?
I'm excited about it. Like I'm excited to see how realistic they can get them. Like I really enjoy seeing the quality of head sculpts. While it's not a be all and end for me, like I don't know how you guys are with collecting, but I don't need everything to be 1000% exactly iconic. Certain things there are, like for instance, again, this could have been much better, but in general, I'm not too upset about how I'm not too pedantic about it, I guess. In saying that, I do love it when companies exceed expectations and produce great stuff. Like I'm excited to see what J&D are doing with the silicone bodies. The Joker's very interesting. It's a unique character for them to do the silicone with, because you don't see a lot of it. I'd like to see that with a Bane or something, with the seamless arms or something where you're getting to see the body. Maybe a Dr. Manhattan silicone body would look amazing from the Watchmen or something would be fantastic. I don't know. So I'm excited to see where the realism can go. I'm excited to see where rooted hair can go. I think there's still a bit of wiggle room for work to be done there. And just, I want to see, can they get things to be more durable and posable? For instance, like this Paul Atreides, it's very realistic, and it feels amazing, but the posability isn't quite there because of the materials they've used. Like there's not much torso twist.
Okay.
Not that I need to do anything crazy with it. That's one thing I would love to see companies do, is to find a way to make it ultra realistic if they can, whilst being posable. So for us guys who like to do photography or create scenes, can maybe get a little crazy, especially with the Spider-Man figures. I'd love to be able to pose the Spider-Man figure without fear of damaging it after I've spent several $100s purchasing it, or so I don't need to buy two anymore, so I can have one pristine and destroy the other one, or things like that. Those are things, advancements I would like to see. But I'm excited for it. Like I love film. I love characters. I want to see maybe more comic book characters get made and make them look as top tier as some of them are that are coming out now. I'm very excited. I think more companies, the better, even though that hurts our wallets. More companies. I mean, if you don't mind me throwing the question back at you, like what's one thing you guys would love to see companies doing, from your perspective?
Apart from the talking figures, no, just kidding. But for
A
photography,
Batman figure that says "I'm Batman" would be amazing.
we used to have as a kid, a Batman. You press a button and he would say, "I'm Batman."
That's
For
what
me,
I want to see.
yeah, the posing is definitely one thing for photography, but then the accessories and the technology that comes with it.
Accessories.
Sometimes
Articulation.
changing things, but the gadgets it comes with, how amazing! Like in our Batman, small thing, the torch, it lights up. That's a
Yeah.
small thing. I don't have to go and in Photoshop and do that touch up. I did a scene a couple of days back with him holding the light and walking through the waters scene from the movie.
Yes.
So it was easier for me to have that torch and just put little cotton and plastic to make it light up. So these kind of
Yes.
smaller things, these gadgets, the eyes that lights up, you can do a USB connection rather than batteries running out. So I think
Definitely.
I'm more into, apart from, of course, articulation, it's the gadgets that comes with it. Because
Yeah, that's a
all
great
these
point.
futuristic movies, they have lot of futuristic gadgets in it. So maybe
Yes.
that is one thing I would like to have.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I'd like to see that too. And dioramas, you made me think of it. I want more dioramas. I'm a diorama guy. I like big dioramas. Like I want
Then
something more
we
stuff
need
like
another
that.
house to display everything.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't have the room, but I would still love it.
Yeah. For me, I would like to see jaw articulation on 1/6, which is gonna be durable. Like, for example, we got the new Spider-Man 2 Venom, the massive Venom, and he's got this huge, wide open mouth with magnetic tongues. But if we had jaw articulation on those on that face, we could have had it open, we could have had it closed, and if they can seamlessly close that jaw, that's even a plus. I think I would love
That
to
would
see
be awesome.
that to happen down the track.
That would be awesome. That's a good point, actually. There's a lot of characters they could do that with, or like the big, like the blurg in the background there. They could do that with the blurg.
Oh
have
yeah,
like
of
all the
course.
big animals or
I mean,
creatures
we've got a like Hot Toys Punisher, and it's got a bland expression. Most of the Hot Toys do. If you have jaw articulation option, you can open up the jaws, get into pose enough, like ready to fight pose. So that's something that needs to change in the down the track, jaw articulation.
I think so. Either that or different heads or more head sculpts, I guess, is another way they could do it without improving technology, is like give you like 2 or 3 different heads. I'm sure that would boost the price up dramatically, though.
Yeah, that's another.
But it would be good to see. It would be good to see, or have a way where you could have more facial expressions. That's a good thing with Batman, because you can just take out the mouth plate, and then replace the mouth plate.
I mean, we've got separate rolling eyeballs now in Hot Toys and Innards. Like, that wasn't a reality a few years ago as well, but they've made it so. Hoping for jaw articulation as well.
That's a great one, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Johnny?
And if the companies are listening to this podcast, guys, we want all this with lesser price tag.
If you can do that, that's great.
Just listening to us and you want to do it, just with the lesser price.
I want phenomenal diorama bases that aren't too big, that are amazing. Jaw articulation, all accessories must work like real products. I want
with sounds and lights.
Posability. I want real leather. Get it done. Thanks.
Glad we could do that.
I think we've got a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of room for improvement.
Definitely.
Which is exciting.
It is. So, John, if you could design your own perfect figure from any franchise, what could it be, and who would you want to make it?
Damn. Look, this is one of those questions where I'm like, there's so many characters I love. I want them all. I just want them all. Can I give you a few?
Yeah.
I want James Bond. Now, look, Hot Toys just got the license for James Bond, so I'm kind of getting that wish.
Announced,
Yeah, I'm getting that wish. I want a Daniel Craig. Craig James Bond. I've been wanting that for a long time, to the point where I nearly paid a custom artist to do a head sculpt for me. Kind of glad I held off now. So I want a James Bond. So that's good. I might get that. And maybe if they do it, then maybe Inart and then might go for the license too, and maybe we can have a battle to see who can produce the ultimate one. I want a Jason Momoa, Aquaman in the gold suit, like the one I have back there.
Yep.
But I want it. I want it rooted hair, and I want it 10,000 times better quality than what the Hot Toys one is, because I love him as Aquaman. I cheesily love those 2 movies. I don't care. I love him. I love everything about him being Aquaman. I want a proper physiqued Jason Momoa in the green and gold, rooted hair, Aquaman. Okay, I want that. I don't care who makes it. I just want it.
Let's do it. You listening to these companies?
They won't do it now, I doubt, because now he's going to be Lobo. But that's what I want. I also want another Jason Momoa. I want a second Jason Momoa. I want a Jason Momoa as Bubba Voss from the TV show C. If you haven't seen the TV show C, it's a great show. I want him as Bubba Voss. Yes. I want an artisan, rooted hair, Bubba Voss. Give it to me all day, please. Don't care who makes it. I want it.
All right.
What else?
I hope these companies here.
Yeah. I want Ethan Hunt. Mission Impossible. Give me a Tom Cruise. I want an Ethan Hunt. I want a Top Gun. Give me both of those. Give me a Top Gun. Both of those guys.
All right.
Who else? I want a lot. I want a better Toby. I want a better proportioned Toby. Give me a proper Toby.
Yeah.
At least
You
where
want-
the
your wallet's gonna be
line
happy.
stretches. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Your wallet's going to be happy about this.
My wallet will be well. No, my wallet won't be okay, and neither will my wife. But they'll get over it. They'll get over it. And then, look, I'm sure there's other things. If I could think of it, I want more. I want them all. I want them all. I want all. Every character I love, I want them all. Give me another Christian Bale while you're at it. Just give me another one.
There you go, bro.
If they can make his skull
One for
better.
the road too.
Yes, a better Christian Bale head sculpt, please. And I want Keanu Reeves from Point Break. Keanu Reeves from Point Break, and I want a Patrick Swayze from Point Break, the original Point Break, the classic. Give me that. Give me a Johnny Utah, and that. I saw a custom artist made the Patrick Swayze, and it's amazing. I want it. Yeah, so yeah, there's a few things.
Someone please make a better head sculpt for Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yes. Someone make it.
Yeah. Inart are doing it, so maybe they're doing a Wonder Woman, so maybe they'll be able to nail it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
give me a Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Give me a Gal Gadot. Yeah, any Gal Gadot. My wife knows this. Any Gal Gadot, just give me a Gal Gadot. Just give me one of those.
Yeah.
What scale?
Quarter scale, 6 scale, any scale, 1-to-1 scale. I'll take a go.
Yeah. No worries.
I'm
I think we're almost at the end of our podcast. So last question I will ask you, John, is I think you've already given some advice to someone who wants to start a YouTube channel and what sort of effort goes into the videos and how long it takes. I mean, if anyone's seeking perfection or just wanted to get videos out, I think you've advised all those things. So lastly, I would like to ask you, like, what are your thoughts on Action Figure Maniacs as a evolving action figure community? And of course, you're an admin in our group as well. So what do you think of the whole community and where do you see it going in the future? Like,
yeah, mate. Well, I'm excited. Like, I'm loving posting to it. Like, it's good to see a community that's just sharing pictures, and I personally haven't seen any negativity in it, which is good.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing a great job, like, of just putting work in. You're putting a lot of work in getting people on board, advertising it out there. And I'm not really doing anything. Like, all I'm doing is posting pictures, so I don't feel like I'm contributing much at all. But I enjoy contributing my pictures there. I think more power to you. I think really it depends where you want it to go. If you want it to flourish and succeed, it will. Like, as long as you put the love and the energy into it, more people will feel that. I feel it when I see this. And now anytime I post a picture, I put it on, I will post it to AFM. I get great feedback all the time. You guys give great feedback on there and appreciation of the pictures. So as someone who posts pictures and stuff, that makes me feel welcome, and I'm sure everybody who's posting pictures in there feels welcome. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Like you mentioned, it's at 5,000 members now. Is it more now?
5.9. We're almost reaching 6,000.
Yeah. Perfect. So if anybody watches this show and you want to post pictures, you're into toy collecting, you're in the toy community, just hop on the Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, join the fun, forget all the negativity stuff, just join for a good group who like to have fun, post pictures, and enjoy the characters. That's why we collect these things, right? Because we like the stories and we like the characters. I think that's what it should be about. And all that toxic stuff in some of those other communities, I don't post there anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm glad to see the AFM community grow, because the more people who find it, I think the more people will get enjoyment out of their own collecting. So yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes, man. I'm excited to see what you do with it.
No, definitely.
And hopefully we can get it to 10K. Within maybe 10K could be a goal by the end of the year. I think that'd be a sweet goal to get.
Yeah,
to. I don't know if you have goals for it or whatever, but
oh yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's growing.
So yeah, like thanks for those inspiring words, John. Yeah, and so we'll call our podcast to a close now. Thank you for your time, John, and I'd like to thank Rahul and Johnny Bro as well for your time. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
Yeah.
Thanks
for having me.
Join us, everyone. Thank you, John.